Is this thing on? Okay. Where's mine?
Over there. Oh, didn't see you there.
All right.
Welcome.
So, we are just gonna answer some home renovation questions. I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions about our home renovation, and let's just not ignore the fact that we're sitting in front of our fire like we are on like Between Two Ferns or like some ridiculous comedy sketch, because this is
really warm.
This is
it's
just
nice.
really nice.
It's great. It's cold out there. It's cold out there. It's been a
Anyway,
fun process.
I have a bunch of questions that we wanted to answer, so we thought we would just make a video answering. I haven't even looked at these questions, to be honest, so this is just going to be okay. What kind of floors do you have? Our floors are not hardwood. The new floors that we got there, what are they, vinyl?
The brand is Mannington,
but the material?
Duramax vinyl.
They're vinyl.
And we got the
Parisian
croissant.
Croissant is the color. And
great.
we love them.
Yeah.
They've been great. I was a little bit nervous not getting real hardwood, that it would look super fake, and honestly I'm obsessed with the color and the width of the planks, which I don't think we would actually get if we had hardwood. They're waterproof.
Yep. And like we've scuffed them a little bit, like we've covered them with some this kind of Dura cardboard for construction stuff, but there have been a few times where they've kind of been scuffed, and basically with just a little Windex or multi-surface spray, just clean it right off. It's awesome. So it's going to be high trafficked area, and nice to know we can maintain it.
Okay, what kitchen accessory tool will you add to the kitchen now that you have more space?
I think we're looking at it. That thing's pretty sweet.
Yeah, we got a air fryer. It's a toaster air fryer, and it was a gift, and it's pretty big, and it would have not fit in any of our other kitchens that we've ever had.
No, certainly not.
So that is definitely one. I haven't actually used the air fryer part yet, because we're still just like cooking with our oven and a toaster, because we have like limited things in the kitchen right now. Okay. What was the greatest joy? Also, we're not done yet, so this is like, this isn't like a wrap up. This is 75% of the way done talking about how we feel so far. What was the greatest joy? I mean, the greatest joy for me is picking materials and colors and fixtures and patterns and things and seeing them actually come to life, because I have all these mood boards and stuff online, and I, take colors and patterns together, and you see them together on your screen and they look cool, but then like actually seeing it come to life and like touching the hardware and touching the tile is like really awesome. Yeah. And so far, we've had like one thing that we're not excited about, but everything has been like, wow, this looks great.
I'd say two things. One was our first night here, which was just kind of nice. It was special to just like be here. It was New Year's. And it's funny, the water pump broke too, like mid-shower, but just kind of made it the
It's
moment.
in the video.
Yeah, it's in the video.
It's 2 episodes ago.
Yeah. But I thought that was awesome, because we always knew the sunsets to the west, where this particular room is where we're staying, has great views, but in the morning it's really pretty too. So I thought that was a fun time, and then seeing family and everyone kind of hanging out here last night was pretty cool too. Just we're foreshadowing to the future of hosting friends and family and hanging out, so it was fun.
Yeah. What was the most challenging part?
Buying the house.
Yeah.
The real estate. I think the transaction was the hardest, most stressful part.
And finding a house.
That was the hardest part.
We looked for like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
We put offers on 4 houses
4 or 5 different
before
houses.
we got this one.
Yeah.
That was
pretty hard.
That was
Everything
really
here, I mean, like, it's just like you go piece by piece. I mean, you weren't here when I took out that fiberglass shower upstairs. That was, I had to dig deep for that. That was a pretty intense few hours there. The Sawzall and masks and Metallica playing and just trying to get through it. It was pretty brutal. But yeah, it's all fiberglass on my skin and it sucked. But yeah, that was probably one of the harder parts of all this.
Yeah.
Everything else has been kind of fun, you know. I mean, a little stressful at the end here to get it all done, but
yeah, we've had some moments.
Pretty good. Yeah. No, we've been pretty solid.
Okay, so this is a good question we can clarify. Are you doing the renovations or did you hire contractors? So a little bit of both. This is our first home renovation for us, but we both have had parents and siblings that have had homes that we have helped with. Mm-hmm. So we're, you know, people are like, how did you know how to do this stuff? And it's like, some of it we're just learning now. Some of it we knew because we've been, you know, every time we go back to my mom's house on the vineyard, we're like fixing something in there, the outdoor shower, the fences, the deer fence, or the, you know, something. Mm-hmm. So we do have that experience. We hired contractors for all the stuff that we knew we didn't want to learn or we didn't want to do. So an electrician, we have an electrician who's doing all the electric stuff. So, you know, overhead lighting, installing the sconces and pendants and all the outlets and all that stuff.
Yep.
We have a tile guy who killed it. He did such a great job, and then he also taught me how to tile. So I did do a little bit of the tiling myself, but he did all the intricate stuff. Like we have herringbone tile. Like I probably would not have been able to do that.
Yeah. And
then Dave taught himself how to do plumbing. So that is amazing.
YouTube. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think it was a lot of research, and some of that was trial and error, and some of it is almost just intimidating to get started. But then once you just get started, you end up, you know, you're gonna make some mistakes and stuff. But it's that's sometimes the hardest part. You know, I'd almost like psych myself out, and then I would just like, all right, I'm just gonna like just dive in and do the thing.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yes, that's it.
And it's our own house, so if we mess up, it's not like somebody else is mad at us. It's like we're just mad at ourselves.
Yeah, but we did all the cabinet assembly and install, which was great.
We did the entire kitchen cabinet island.
That sounds like we haven't done much, but we've done a ton. A lot of demo, the plumbing work. A lot of it's like coordinating these subs and everything. So for the most part, over call it a 3-month renovation. I mean, we're going to be done at kind of the 3-month mark, all in. It's only been maybe less than 7 days that no one's been here working. So I think it's just about keeping things going.
So the fact that it's just the two of us here alone right now is rare.
It's quiet.
There's always somebody here.
Yeah, that'll be nice to have it back to ourselves. And then from an exterior perspective, I think there's so much value you can add to a property, and that's, I think, where some of our vision comes out, and that I feel like we've added a lot of value. I've done a lot of kind of sweat equity on the exterior, which is exciting to kind of in preparation for spring. So it'll be fun. It's a good time to do tree work in the winter and fall.
Somebody asked, did you pick out all the finishes yourself, or did you work with a designer? So we picked it all out ourselves.
Yeah.
/ myself. I get the final, Dave, how about this one? And then he'll say yes, but I'll do all the research, find all the hardware. This is something I never thought about before this process, is like every doorknob, every handle on the cabinets, on the doors, on your exterior door, on your interior door, even the hinges on your interior door. Have you ever looked at a hinge?
Yeah.
Now I have, and now it's all I notice when I go to like any other home. I'm just like looking at, you know, the trim of your doors, the trim around your doors.
Lighting.
The light. Dave did the lighting because he knows more about lighting than I do. But some of those finishes, like we're making the decision now. Do you want the tile to go all the way to the ceiling, or do you want crown molding? I don't really like crown molding, so I discovered that. let's see. If you were to do it again, where would you hire help versus DIY? Like, is there anything so far that if we were to do this again, we'd be like, yeah, we should have just hired help for that? Or the opposite.
What would we do ourselves?
Yeah, are we like, that was not worth it?
I feel like we struck the right balance between finding good people at a good cost versus equipment rental, time, risk for error, you know. So I think this first rodeo, it was helpful because we essentially did a full renovation, right?
Yeah.
So to see all of the phases in their kind of in entirety and when they happen in the project, I think was helpful for us to just learn and understand. But that doesn't answer this question at this moment.
No, I think there wasn't anything that I'm like, oh, we really should have hired help for that. I don't think, I mean, there was a couple like appliance, like putting in the washer dryer, like.
Pulled it off. I
You
did that
did it,
too.
yeah. But there was some, we were like, oh, we should have like taken off the vent before we, or I don't know. There are a lot of things that like we learned, obviously, oh, we should have done this before we did that, but.
Yeah. It's good to have help.
Yes.
I think because it's our home and we wanted to get in here, I feel like it was worth doing what we did. You know, I think if it was some other project or a smaller project on this house, I think we'll probably take on more. I think we could be capable of doing more than what we've done on this project so far.
Somebody says, any plans to paint the stone on your fireplace? No.
I like it.
We kind of like it. This is, we didn't build this. This came with the house. So this was one of the features that we loved about the house. And we're going to keep it. We are putting a very sexy mantle on the barn beam mantle that should go up any day now.
And a wood stove insert.
And we are getting a wood stove in here. That will just be more heat efficient. Fireplaces kind of just suck up all the heat in the room, and you know.
Zolfer looks. There's some heat.
Yeah, you have to get close to it, otherwise you're cold. What was the most expensive part you didn't see coming?
As much plumbing as I did, there was some additional like cost associated with some of the utility stuff. The house, or the well pump just died on us. Things like I think the things that just any homeowner experiences that just pop up, and when we bought the house, we knew that certain things were like almost at the end of their life, of which we experienced the well pump died, like literally my first shower in the house.
Yep.
So I think there were some other things. So it's as you what is it called? It's when you're addressing symptoms, I think, as a homeowner, and then you're spending money on those symptoms, and then you don't get to the root cause, then you're spending money the whole way. And I think some of it is you might get caught up in the moment instead of just like taking a step back and say, well, is it worth spending 10 grand or 5 grand three times? You know, like let's do the right thing first. So I think it's just about doing the right thing in some cases, but then again, it's like, you know, when you're trying to balance the whole project, it's, you know, you're trying to save money, but in reality it's kind of, you know, penny wise, pound fool. All these phrases, but
I think the most expensive, or not the most expensive, but the thing that I was surprised by how expensive it is blinds and curtains are so stupid expensive. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
So that was a cost that I haven't even finished ordering all of them, but if you have an odd shaped window and you need to get a custom blind, it's very pricey. So watch out.
I was just go to Home Depot and get some blinds.
Yeah, but if you want, I'm saying if you have a weird size window and you need to have like a custom thing, then
and they're still expensive. Window treatments, right? Isn't that
just window treatments are just expensive. Oh, and countertops, pretty expensive.
Totally.
We're getting a butcher block for the top of our island, and that
it's a lot of money.
Expensive.
It's expensive. But then again, kitchens, you will get back, if we were to sell, it's something like 80+% ROI back on your kitchen. Bathrooms are high, but certain other areas like bedrooms, if you start doing fancy woodworking, you're not really going to recoup that cost. So from a standpoint of an ROI from what we've put in, I think if we were to sell, we get it back.
Talking about a return on investment, if you want to put money into the house and know that you're going to get this value back for the money you put in, then putting money into your kitchen and your bathrooms, you'll get a return on that money when you sell the house. But we're never selling this house.
I mean, hold on to this house. It's a good one.
Favorite part of the new house?
I think this room.
Yeah, this room. The
dope.
kitchen. So the kitchen's like right there.
Yeah.
The kitchen.
It's funny, we haven't even spent time upstairs yet because it's still getting done.
Yeah.
So that'll be a special.
We haven't finished it yet, so we're still.
This room's great though.
The kitchen's my favorite.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Great room.
Let's see. Okay. What is your least favorite room to design? So what's funny is this is my favorite room. I mean, the kitchen's my favorite room, but this is kind of included in that, this living space. This space is, I don't like designing this room because because we're gonna spend the most amount of time in here. All the other rooms, I'm like able to take a little more risks. I'm like, oh, this is a guest room. Maybe I won't spend that much time here. A guest bathroom, like let's have fun with it. I won't be spending that much time. Even the master bathroom, or the primary bathroom, I had fun designing it. But for some reason, this room, we have this big gray couch and I'm having a hard time, I wanted built-ins on the side of the fireplace, but there's not enough depth in the fireplace to make that look good. Anyway, I'm having the hardest time with this room. What kind of music are you using as your soundtrack to your renovating?
Ooh.
It's a mix. It's a mix. I've been into Spanish guitar lately. It's very soothing. I have a great indie music playlist. I have a playlist called Are We There Yet, which is meant for a road trip. Also pretty good for renovating. It's on Spotify. You can check it out.
We're rocking out to what? Rufus del Sol.
Rufus du Sol.
Sol's good.
Gives a little energy at night when you need a little extra push putting together cabinets.
I mean, I think for the demo it was hip hop.
Yeah.
Class rock, alternative. Yeah. And then some other more relaxing music for the more the detailed work. So I'm not getting too ahead of myself.
Okay. How do you stay on budget, Dave?
Well, you gotta plan ahead. So what I think we've done a pretty good job in all reality with everything. By breaking everything into small parts and bidding things out, putting out 3 bids, doing kind of your cost benefit analysis for doing something now versus later.
Every item has a good, better, best option, right?
Yeah.
And so you really have to think of, okay, how important is this thing to me? Do I want just good is fine? Do I want better? Or is this really important to me? I want to get the best high-end version of this. So then, if you have it in your budget, you get the best of everything.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that in your budget, you have to just really pick and choose what is a priority and what is not. And there are some things that I'm I do want that, but it's not a priority.
Well, then there's things on the contrary, that you don't see every day and you only know when it's broken, and those are the types of things to invest in. So I referenced the utility room, doing, investing in certain pieces of your building infrastructure that you can trust and can last and doesn't, fail out on you at a certain time. Or for example, there's some hard water here, and you can tell from all the copper that we took out, you can see some corrosion, right? So we just bought all brand new appliances and new sink fixtures, shower fixtures, all that kind of stuff. So if we just ran that hard water through it, you know, it wouldn't take immediately, it would be messed up, but it would corrode it over time. So investing in like a water treatment thing was important for us, you know. You know, so there's certain things like that. It's like hard to swallow that pill to invest that money, but you're like, you know what, it's going to preserve these other things that we've invested in. You know?
Some of these people that come to your house,
they want to hustle.
They want to hustle you. They tell you you need to have constant water pressure, you need to have a water filter, you need to have a water softener thing, a new pump, a new whatever, like all the things in your utility closet. They're like, you need new, the best of the best of the best. And yeah, I think we had a plumber come here and he said if we wanted to do everything, which he recommended, would be $50,000. And we were like, because that cuts into your budget on all your other things. And so we had to like pick and choose, and we're like, okay, you know, maybe not that thing. And
thus why I invested my time and energy to figure out plumbing.
How to do plumbing.
So that saved a lot of money, you know. So you figure out where you can get the best bang for your buck, but also, you know, we got to invest for the long term because this place hasn't been updated in 40 years. So
and then there's always an unexpected cost, like our well pump dying. So then we had to fix that. There's always, people are like, set a budget and just know you're gonna go like 10% higher.
Yeah, at least, right?
At least.
And time, you know, I think that's the
and that was the other thing.
So
we were a little
time is money, right? So
adventurous with our timeline.
We were aggressive, but we hit it. We were here by January 1 and done by the end of this month. So
does your boyfriend do construction for a living?
In some ways I have more project management,
built out like businesses,
both retail, well, yeah, businesses, retail, some municipal infrastructure stuff, but I don't have a formal trade other than, I don't really have a trade, I should say.
But yet plumbing might be something you can add on your resume soon.
Never been a better time to be a plumber. All these guys are slammed, they're so busy. Tile too, but
okay. Are you guys adding a home gym?
For sure.
It's
the Peloton bike.
And we might be
gym in
getting
the garage,
a tread, but
mountain bike track outside, trails.
Our gym in the house is going to be combined as like a music room. I really want to get an upright piano. I grew up playing the piano, and I just think it would be really nice in that room over there. So we might have like a Peloton bike, a little yoga mat with some weights, a piano, some guitars and ukuleles. So it'll be our gym / music room.
But go outside, run around. There's some good stuff out there.
Just wanted to know if
some
we're
good
gonna
trails.
have a gym.
Home gym. Yeah. Kettlebells in the garage. I like to run around outside, so I get my workouts.
Are you overwhelmed with the level of options out there? Yes. How did you narrow them down? I mean, just looking in magazines, on Pinterest, on Instagram, on websites that you like, you know, going to friends' houses, just start taking mental pictures and actual pictures of things that you like, and then collect them. And then you'll start noticing themes, like, oh, it seems like whenever there's this in a picture, I really like it, or this color really sticks out to me. And then you can kind of, I think we both agreed on like mid-century modern was a type, you know, a style that we both liked. I'm a little more country aesthetic. I think you're a little more contemporary.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
But then for me, it was like, okay, mid-century modern, but with like a country flair. So, you know, our kitchen has super sleek cabinets, but then the tile is like kind of rustic and country. Some of our light fixtures, we have these like gooseneck, barn kind of light sconces outside, but then next to it is these like super modern glass rectangle sconces. And you know what? There are some design rules, you know, if you want to stay within those rules of just doing a traditional country house or modern house, but you can combine them. I think you can have fun with it.
I think in the end of the day, it's how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
Right? So I think being in different places, whether it's a friend's house, a cool restaurant, a hotel, or whatever, looking at a magazine, right? Being on vacation. Whatever the thing is, I think is it how is this place going to make us feel? Like this room, we're in here, we want to feel a certain way. Or if we go over to the solarium with all the plants, what is that going to feel like? You know, my study or an office, you're going to want to feel a different way, you know? So I think that's as important as how it looks, right? Because it's...
Yeah, and it has a lot to do, like think about the way you dress yourself. What is your fashion sense? Like, are you more, you know, I don't know. If you can like put together an outfit, I think you can put together a room. More or less.
But it is amazing, right? Because when we talk about colors, like I have a color in mind and I might just say yellow or a type of yellow, and Emma's like, oh, that's more of like a mustard or a daisy or some marigold. And I'm like, I know her vocabulary is far better with color than mine, whether it's from art and...
Yeah, I think I grew up, my mom's an artist, I grew up painting and taking art classes a lot, so...
And I'm like, oh, but I like that, you know, Southwestern or
well, he'll be like,
sunset.
I want a red wall, and I'm like, we are not having a red wall. And then he shows me what he means, and it'll be like more something like this, and I'm like, oh,
use your words,
okay, like...
Dave, but I don't have them, so I have to go figure out what that... So I show her pictures.
Yes,
like,
show me a
picture. Here.
I'm very visual too, so... Okay, let's just do maybe 2 more questions.
Sure.
What is your current favorite tool?
I mean, that table saw I used yesterday was pretty cool. I wish I had that a while ago. We used someone else's table saw.
Yeah,
so
that's not our tool.
But tool, I mean, every tool that I bought, we used.
Yeah.
In some form or another. I mean...
I can say which one I think is your favorite.
What do you think?
Your chainsaw.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's an awesome tool. I mean, that's a powerful tool.
I don't know what it is with men and chainsaws.
But the leaf blower, I mean, it can never go wrong. The leaf blower.
I actually really enjoy the leaf blower.
Oh, leaf blower's great. Yeah. It's pretty gratifying. You know, I think the greatest tool we got is this robot vacuum. I call it Darth Vacuum, and it's the best tool we have.
That's not my favorite tool.
She doesn't. Well, cleaning isn't your favorite subject or activity, so therefore I now have support in the house.
No, it's support, but he doesn't do he's the robot job. Doesn't do a good job.
He does a fantastic job.
He's a little sloppy. He misses a lot of spots.
You gotta give him time.
And then he gets stuck in places, and he's just like ramming into the wall.
It's a construction site. Give him a break. He does great upstairs. Have you had it cleaned once up there? I'm very defensive of this. It's great. I'm happy to have him around.
All right, my favorite
Can't wait till
tool...
Kimchi rides on the back of him.
Oh, that's another question that I've seen a couple that we have to address. Everyone, and we haven't said it. Everyone wants to know, how does Kimchi like the house? Kimchi is our cat, by the way.
He's not here yet.
Y'all, he's not here yet. He is staying with his grandma, Dave's mom, who loves him just as much as we do, and we go and visit him every once in a while, but he has not seen the house because we didn't want him to, well, first of all, we had like no doors for a long period of time, so we didn't want him to like run off and get scared by all the contractors coming in and out and run outside and get lost outside, you know. So he hasn't seen the house. So we're thinking, we just got interior doors in. We're gonna put the hardware in, which we need to figure out when that's arriving.
I think in another week or so.
And I think maybe in like a week we're
Once it's done. I don't want anyone else here. I just want to
bring Kimchi home.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
He's never lived in a large space before. He's lived in our Brooklyn apartment and then like a little cabin by the lake. So he's never lived in more than like 800 square feet. So he's gonna have a blast, where he's just gonna explore like every
We're gonna have to get Kimchi his cat.
Yeah, we've been thinking about getting Kimchi a cat.
Totally. But he's with Gizmo right now, his buddy from the lake, so they're having a good time. Gizmo. Am I allowed to talk about Gizmo?
Nobody knows who that is.
He's been in some of the pictures.
Not on YouTube.
Oh, we have to check out.
He's not on any pictures.
Yeah. He's adorable.
He's our neighbor's cat, and they have become best friends, and then our neighbors had to go away for a month. So Kimchi and Gizmo are living together at Grandma's house.
You should cut to a little video of the cats.
Cut to Kimchi and Gizmo
From
running
Camp
around.
Grandma. Yeah, it's great. They're homies. They're
I know this
brothers.
video wasn't supposed to be just about cats, but
Yeah.
here we are. Okay.
What else?
Okay, one last question. Anyway, we will make sure to document Kimchi's arrival to the new house, because that will be
And
an
just
event.
firing up the robot vacuum with Kimchi in the room.
The robot
So it
vacuum
happens.
and Kimchi, that's going to be hilarious. The fireplace, we do know that Kimchi likes a good fireplace, so that will be cute to have him just like laying next to the fire.
Can't wait.
Okay.
This better be a good one. They've all been great. Thanks for the questions. But like, you know, a good finale question.
People want a lot of before and after pictures, which they will come, but we're not, this is like before and during, like we're still in the middle of it. So I want to make sure everything's like, you know, looking really good before we do all the before and afters. Okay, I guess this is a good question to leave on. How much, what is left to do?
I mean, how detailed do you want to get?
Let's start with time. Maybe
I think another week.
no. Our countertops aren't going to be here for 2 weeks.
Oh, that, yeah. Well, you know.
I'm going to say realistically like another 3 weeks.
Well, look, painting's
But
done
are
this
you ever
week.
really done?
Yeah, but painting's done this week. The laundry room's gonna be done this week. Carpets are gonna probably be in this week for the 2, you know, guest rooms. And we're in. We're just waiting on a butcher block. So I think,
And we're waiting on a lot of furniture. We ordered some furniture that,
yeah.
you know, nowadays with shipping and everything, things can take
From a
really
construction
long time.
standpoint, we're basically done with the exception of a counter install
We're
and a
not
few
done.
things this week.
We're not done.
I mean, it's a week away.
3 weeks.
Do you think is the countertop finished? I guess that's finished, but
But then the cooktop.
that's like one guy
so
that
then
shows up for
the
3
cooktop,
hours. It's
and
not
then
like teams
putting-
of people.
Attaching the gas, you can call them and they might say they'll be there tomorrow,
Yeah.
but they realistically will be there in a week.
Yeah, good point.
There's a few things like that.
Got it.
But yeah, what's left is butcher block countertop for the kitchen island. We have to move the stove down 3 inches, which is really annoying.
Those little things.
To fit a lot of finishes. I messed up the sink door, so we gotta order a new one. I'll totally take responsibility for that. I put the hardware on the wrong
All right,
side.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
We gotta order blinds, and I'm gonna use my life savings to order all the curtains and blinds.
We still waiting to order those?
Yeah.
Waiting for.
To pick a color for the solarium.
What about the
Okay, so then
bedroom?
our entryway,
Is that done?
we gotta pick a color, and we're choosing between light and dark. That is gonna be like a whole other episode because it's a whole thing. It is poop brown right now, and we are fixing it. And then, yeah, we just gotta move up into our bedroom, which we're
When
in
we
like
have
a
blinds.
guest room. Those, oh no, those are not ordered. Are those
The
ordered?
bedroom?
I ordered some blinds, but not all of them. I don't think those were ordered.
For the bedroom.
No, you'll just put a sheet over the window
I'm not
temporarily.
moving up there until we have blinds.
That's fine.
It's so bright.
Okay.
Man, I think we should wait
Okay.
4 weeks.
I mean, the blinds will be here in like 10 weeks. They are not only expensive, they
Oh man.
are unavailable.
Oh yeah, so yeah, long lead time items.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few brands out there that I, no shade, but like I will not order from again.
Yeah.
But the brands that have been great are brands like Wayfair, Home Depot, those are like the Lowe's, those are like the only ones that have, and then ordering from like, or just getting from smaller companies, so just going to like the hardware store down the street or where all the contractors go to, or the lumber yard, like just going local. When you start ordering from these big companies, the shipping is just terrible.
primarily the appliances and furniture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed Fireplace Chats with Emma and Dave.
See you next time.
Subscribe.